Emotions and driving. Anger, fear, anxiety, and extreme happiness are examples of emotions that can interfere with your ability to make safe driving decisions. Emotions affect the body physically and mentally. Emotional stress also causes dangerous fatigue. As a driver, when you are physically and mentally off balance, you need to recognize the warning signs and take control of your emotions. We all experience stress as a part of our daily lives. At extreme levels, stress causes an increase in your heart rate, an increase in your breathing rate, muscle tension, headaches, and fatigue. All of these reactions impair your ability to operate a vehicle. Learn the warning signs. Recognize why and when your ability to make good decisions is affected by emotions. One of the ways to manage emotions, especially anger while driving. The topics that will be addressed include emotional impairment, why driving makes people angry, aggressive driving, recognizing aggression within, managing your emotion. Emotional impairment. Driving requires interaction between your body and mental processes. Drivers routinely drive in mental states that interfere with the ability to perceive risk and react quickly. You are impaired when your ability to operate a vehicle is limited or hampered. Emotional impairment leads to unpredictable behavior, which increases the risk for everyone in the driving environment. Emotional impairment factors are hard to manage because they often arise suddenly, without warning. The most common factors that create an emotionally impaired driver include stress, anger or rage, fear, anxiety or panic accompanied by irrational thoughts, depression, grief, speed addiction, risk addiction, habitual disrespect for the law, negativity that condones hostility on the highway, denial of one's own driving mistakes. Drivers who drive recklessly while experiencing these emotions are characterized as unwilling to exercise self-control because of fear, vengeance, prejudice, or disrespect for others. Avoiding collisions requires complex decisions and skilled responses. Other drivers depend on you to be rational and predictable. Why driving makes people angry? Driving is a dynamic activity that involves high-risk incidents and interaction with thousands of unpredictable drivers. Routine events are mixed with incidents that are not routine, such as being cut off, tailgated, or having to follow a very slow-moving vehicle. We enjoy the freedom and independence of driving when and where we please. Many drivers do not react well when that expected freedom is interrupted by restrictions, regulations, congestion, and the unexpected actions of other drivers. The following is a list of emotional challenges that are common reasons why drivers get angry, hostile, and exhibit aggressive behavior. Restriction. In a traffic jam, when drivers cannot get where they are going on time or at the expected speed of travel, anxiety builds up to escape the confinement of congested traffic. This anxiety causes drivers to perform aggressive maneuvers to get away from or get ahead of others. Being confronted with danger. Congested traffic filled with impatient drivers who make unpredictable moves causes close calls and near collisions. Regulation. Government regulation and all of the rules associated with driving angers some people because they feel like it is an imposition, prompting them to disregard the rules because they do not agree with them or they are just rebellious. Lack of control over the situation. When drivers have no control over their driving environment and are stuck in traffic, the lack of control over the traffic event is frustrating and often leads to anger vented towards a nearby driver. It is the application of the old adage, frustration leads to aggression. Aggressive driving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) defines aggressive driving as the operation of a motor vehicle in a manner that endangers or is likely to endanger persons or property. Examples of aggressive driving behavior include improper passing, speeding, improper lane changing, failure to obey traffic controls, reckless, careless, or inattentive driving, making illegal turns, tailgating, failure to signal lane changes, shouting, swearing, name calling. When you think of an aggressive driver, what image comes to mind? Aggressive driving has several levels and an assortment of penalties, all of which can be avoided if you can learn how to manage your aggressive tendencies when driving. Law enforcement agencies categorize observable aggressive driving behavior as failure to yield the right of way, cutting drivers off when passing, not allowing someone to pass safely, incorrectly yielding when entering traffic, making unsafe U-turns, not signaling before slowing for a turn, driving across highway dividers, passing in no passing zones, passing stopped school buses when warning lights are flashing, speeding in market construction areas, throwing an object from the vehicle. These behaviors are considered aggressive by law enforcement because they demonstrate a disregard for the law. The aggressive driver typically denies that these crash-causing behaviors are aggressive, but it is clear that drivers that put others in danger by the way they choose to drive are hostile, dangerous, and selfish. They want to force others out of their way. These drivers feel justified in dominating others, and that's what labels this type of behavior: aggressive driving. Road rage is an escalation of emotions generally provoked by aggressive drivers. Road rage is characterized by a driver using their vehicle or some other object to threaten or cause physical harm to another highway user as a result of a traffic incident. Aggressive drivers are more likely to allow their emotions to take control and participate in road rage. Examples of road rage behavior include using the vehicle to cut other drivers off or run them over, chasing other vehicles in pursuit, throwing objects from the vehicle, physical fighting, rude and obscene gestures, shouting, swearing, name-calling, honking to protest another driver's actions, shining high-beam headlights in retaliation. New York considers reckless driving to mean driving or using any motor vehicle, motorcycle, or any other non-human powered vehicle in a manner which unreasonably interferes with the free and proper use of the public highway or unreasonably endangers users of the public highway. Every person violating this provision shall be guilty of a misdemeanor. Penalties of road rage. Reckless driving classification: misdemeanor, 5 points on your license. Violation: criminally negligent homicide, classification class E, felony, 1 1/3 to 4 years in jail. Assault in the first degree, class B, felony, 25 years in jail. Manslaughter, first degree, class B, felony, 25 years in jail. Manslaughter, second degree, class C, felony, 5 to 15 years in jail. Wow. Recognizing aggression within. Negative emotions encourage negative, judgmental, and self-serving thoughts. Negative thoughts often surface in the form of hostile verbal expression. Recognize the effect of emotions on your personality when you drive. Watch for anger caused by the need for revenge or retaliation. Do you slow down if someone is tailgating you? Do you want to ram a vehicle that cuts you off or takes the space directly in front of your vehicle? When bicyclists are in your lane, do you want to get right behind them and honk the horn? Recognize your competitive nature. In heavy traffic, do you want to wave in and out to get ahead? When you are running late, do you tailgate slow-moving vehicles? When a vehicle pulls in front of you, do you speed up and try to get around it, even though it is risky? Identifying characteristics that you have that are associated with impulsive, reckless driving. If you recognize any of these, it is time to consciously alter your behavior. Do you drive as fast as you want when the road is clear and do not think you will get caught? Do you run yellow lights? Do you drive when you are tired? Do you drive after consuming alcohol? Managing your emotions. When you detect your emotions dominating your judgment and actions, practice a technique called self-regulation. Just forget about the gratification of getting even or engaging in a hostile act. Short-circuit the build-up of rage. Do not be competitive. Driving is not a contest. Do not take the aggressive actions of other drivers personally. Try not to be judgmental. Do not jump to conclusions about their behavior or actions. Put yourself in the other driver's shoes. Perhaps they are dealing with an emergency. Listen to soothing music. Cool off when you're angry or frustrated. Go with the flow of traffic. Do not try to beat it or fight it. Give yourself more time than you think will need to complete your trip. Leave early. Stay focused on the driving task. Demonstrate the kind of courtesy you would like to receive from others. Adjust the air conditioner to keep yourself cool and calm. Turn a negative driving situation into a positive scenario. Concentrate on the safety of your vehicle, yourself, and your passengers. If you demonstrate cautious behavior, you and your society in general will benefit from your decision. Enjoy your driving experience. Вот, теперь видос тут будет полезный.
In a traffic jam, when drivers aren't moving, anxiety builds up. This anxiety can cause drivers to perform aggressive maneuvers. Congested traffic filled with impatient drivers making unpredictable moves causes near collisions. These are situations filled with stress, resentment, and aggression. There are many emotional challenges that drivers have to deal with. Drivers must deal with their own emotions and others. Recognized drivers make mistakes. Do not take another driver's right-of-way away. Do your best not to get angry or exhibit signs of road rage.
Emotions and driving. Че, пацаны, сейчас вот это вот пройдем, да? Потом дальше пообщаемся с вами. На самом деле это очень интересно тоже, познавательно. Я сам читаю и понимаю, что на самом деле это нужно было мне прочитать. Я мог бы это не читать, пролистнуть там и все, да? А на самом деле это вот действительно познавательно. Review. Driving requires interaction between your body and mental processes. Drivers routinely drive in mental states that interfere with the ability to perceive risk and react quickly. You are impaired when your ability to operate a vehicle is limited or hampered. Drivers who drive recklessly while experiencing these emotions are characterized as unwilling to exercise self-control because they are experiencing fear, vengeance, and prejudice, or expressing disrespect for others. If you are stuck in a traffic jam and you can feel your anger rising, you're experiencing an emotional challenge called restriction. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) defines aggressive driving as the operation of a motor vehicle in a manner that endangers or is likely to endanger persons or property. Examples of aggressive driving behavior include improper passing, speeding, improper lane changing, failure to obey traffic controls, reckless, careless, or inattentive driving, tailgating, failure to signal, shouting, honking, swearing, name-calling, using the vehicle to cut off other drivers, chasing the other vehicle or pursuit. Вот. В общем, прошли мы этот чаптер. Дальше идем. Или что, пообщаемся с вами. Так. Ребятки. Я что хотел сказать, потом и дальше. ходить в лавы. Ну, конечно, буду уже скоро гражданин. Один, что молчишь? Один. Один.
Салам, брат. Как ты?
А, ничего, нормально, что
У тебя
молчишь?
все нормально, да, брат?
Да,
Просто сейчас это запишут эфир. Лучше отключи просто завтра. Просто я как бы некрасиво будет просто, мне
слушай,
кажется.
а
Нет,
я же не купленный никем. Чем мне переживать за это?
ну, вот эти все же есть, которые, ну, которые против, ну, за Россию топят, они сейчас просто запишут эфир просто.
Да
Только
пусть
что вот
пишут,
мне сказали.
пусть пишут, пусть пишут.
Ну, ладно.
Мне надо, чтобы они записали, распространили. Вот, для того, чтобы люди все это записали и тоже распространили. Нам нужно объединяться. Наоборот, нам нужно это все записывать, распространяться. Те, кто против объединения, это вообще не люди такие, да? Вот, поэтому давайте, люди, объединяться нам нужно любыми путями. Следующая глава Inattention and Distraction. Introduction. When you drive, distractions are everywhere, not just in your vehicle. At a typical intersection, you are surrounded by other drivers that are distracted or not paying attention. 31% of drivers talk on the phone, 81% listen to the radio, 31% listen to a CD player, up to 88% of drivers eat or drink, 27% have children passengers, and 19% of those drivers are transporting kids in the back seat. 46% apply makeup, comb their hair, and look in the mirror. This module is about how important it is to stay focused on the task of driving when you are behind the wheel. Inattention and distraction is becoming more difficult to manage. Topics to help you manage your distractions include importance of staying focused, inattention and distractions you can control, managing distractions you can't control. The contest validation questions 3. This test consists of one question. You need a grade of 100% or greater. Короче, тест проходим. The amount of alcohol in your bloodstream is called blood alcohol differential, blood alcohol concentration, blood alcohol mix, differential concentration. Yeah. Concentration. Я ответил правильно. Теперь второй вопрос касательно моей идентификации, чтобы никто кроме меня не был. Теперь нужно написать слово. You can count on us. Запятая feeling good. Вот, поэтому еще раз просит почему-то это все записать. You can count on us, feeling good. Это подтверждение того, что именно я читаю и прохожу этот тест. Вот. The importance of staying focused. Inattention. Inattention is a general lack of focus on the task of driving. Inattention is generally caused by intense mental concentration on highly emotional issues, such as relationships, health problems, family events, and money issues. It is also associated with daydreaming, when your mind just wanders away from driving onto another subject. When these problems consume your thoughts, it is hard to focus on driving. If you're experiencing a highly emotional event in your life, access your capability to remain focused behind the wheel. Clear your mind so you're able to react quickly to the unexpected events that you will encounter. Distraction. Ну, distraction тут понятно, что вас может отвлекать, это дорожные ситуации пишут, там всякие эти музыка, там туда-сюда. Inside the vehicle. Inside the vehicle there are obviously potential distractions you can prevent using a mobile phone, text messaging, turning the radio, changing CDs, eating and grooming. Passengers also have a large potential to distract the driver. Controls conversations and actions of those sharing the vehicle with you, including children and pets. Вот. Вот тут все понятно. Manage telematics. The new high technology systems being introduced into today's vehicles, such as in-vehicle navigation systems, embedded cellular phones, and forward-looking infrared warning systems, offer incredible capabilities to the operator. However, they also bring with them distraction from the task of driving. The new technologies can actually place inordinate mental and physical demands upon the driver at very inopportune times. Studies done by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration NHTSA have shown that operating the controls on in-vehicle navigation systems impact the ability to control the vehicle. The most distracting telematic activity resulting in the greatest number of momentary losses of control was inputting the data into a navigation system using touch keys. Follow the manufacturer's warning and only input data when your vehicle is stopped. If you have a passenger in your vehicle, let him or her operate the system for you. Managing distraction you can control. Manage your passengers. Passengers are serious distractions. Keep passengers and conversation to a minimum. Try to let the passengers do most of the talking. Refrain the emotional conversation and do not look at your passengers when you are talking with them. You are not the entertainment. If you are traveling with children, plan to keep them occupied with a quiet activity. Ensure that they are safely secured and cannot move about the vehicle. Manage grooming. Avoid the distraction because it takes both your hands off the wheel and your eyes off the road. Manage reading, manage eating and drinking, in addition to distractions, что может повлечь за собой.
In order to drive safely, you need to be completely focused on driving. Some distractions you cannot control, but you can control the urge to look and stare. Rubbernecking or staring at car accidents can cause you to crash. Other distractions are always controllable. Choose your CD or radio station before you start your engine. Avoid talking on your cell phone while you are driving. Do not place televisions or DVD players in view of the driver. Keep your passengers from engaging in conversations and actions that may distract you. Lastly, avoid reading while you are driving. These precautions can save lives.
Дальше читаем. Attention and distraction. Минуту нам надо прочитать все. Inattention and distractions are dangerous because they take your mind off of driving. Inattention is a general lack of focus on the task of driving. Stay focused on the task of driving because in one split second an unexpected event can occur and you have to be ready to see it and react quickly. Most distractions are outside of the vehicle and you cannot control them, but you can control the urge to look there. Do not take your eyes off the road ahead and keep both hands on the wheel so you can control your vehicle. Plan your route to avoid distractions outside of your car. Watch out for others who are not paying attention. They are everywhere. And always stay focused behind the wheel. Ну, чуть-чуть схалтурили, не прочитали то, что нужно. Level Exam 1. Экзамен проходим теперь. Every vehicle operated on your state roadways must be covered by a company that is authorized to do business in your state. Every vehicle operated in your state must be covered by medical premium, наверное, да, premium. Most state vehicles codes state that you shall not drive after taking a substance that for high blood pressure, threats, infection, alters the central nervous system, threats, nausea. Most state vehicle codes state that you shall not drive after taking a substance that threats infection, threats nausea, is for high blood pressure, alters the central nervous system. Your headlights must be on low beam when you are within 1 mile of an approaching vehicle or within 500 feet of a vehicle ahead of you. 1 mile of an approaching vehicle. Your headlights must be on low beam when you are within 500 feet of an approaching vehicle. 500 feet. 500 feet, yeah. And of an approaching vehicle or within 22 of a vehicle ahead of you. 1 mile, наверное, да? 1 mile. It is legal to talk on a cell phone while driving in New York as long as you have a hands-free cell phone on residential roads only at all times while on highways, as long as you have a hands-free cell phone. If you are taking a prescribed drug and are going to drive prescribed, do not worry about the drug. Conduct a self-inventory of all drugs consumed and their side effects. Stop taking the drug. If you're taking a prescribed drug and are going to drive, conduct a self-inventory of all drugs consumed and their side effects. Yes. When you detect your emotions beginning to dominate your judgment and actions while driving, you should practice your ability to name different makes of cars, reciting the traffic laws, mind games, self-regulation. Self-regulation, правильный ответ. The rhythm that regulates the body's natural wake-sleep cycle is called natural rhythm, body rhythm, timed rhythm, circadian rhythm. Что за ритм, говорит, который регулирует ваш сон, говорит, и пробуждения. Что за ритм, кто знает? Натуральный ритм, ритм тела, временной ритм и циркадианский ритм. Wake and sleep, natural rhythm, time and rhythm. Временной, наверное, да? Временной, time and rhythm. Or body rhythm. Body rhythm. Most drivers make driving errors for every 20 decisions they make while driving. Most drivers make 2 driving errors for every 20 decisions they make while driving. 2, yes. You're impaired with your ability to operate a vehicle. You're impaired when your ability to operate a vehicle is limited or hampered. Consistent management. You're impaired when your ability to operate a vehicle is limited or hampered. Да. A driver who feels justified in dominating others and participates in crash-causing behavior is a aggressive driver. Aggressive driver. Continue. Юху! 70! Блин! 75 нужно было, чтобы пройти. Ё-моё! Офигеть! Covered must be covered by liability. Liability. Вот оно что. Must be covered. Every vehicle operated on your state and roadways must be covered by liability. Нужно было сделать ответ. Потом your headlights. Ну, я же правильно ответил, вроде бы нажал, а не на то, оказывается, нажал, блин, пипец. Короче, чуть-чуть не хватило мне. Циркадианский ритм, оказывается. Циркадианский ритм. Вот оно что. Ладно, что, давайте еще раз экзамен сдадим, да? Вот. Never drive when your body tells you it is thirsty, tired, it is rested, it is hungry, it is tired. Tired. Yes. During each mile you drive, you make approximately how many driving related decisions? 20. 20, yes. Alcohol is a drug. True. Alcohol нельзя. Negative thoughts that occur while driving often surface in the form of negative thoughts that occur while driving often surface in the form of hostile verbal expression, responsible and cautious driving, frequently changing the radio station, improved driving performance, responsible and cautious, hostile verbal, frequently changing the radio station, surface in the form of, yeah. New hand positions are encouraged on the steering wheel, such as 8 and 4 o'clock. Yes. Conduct a mental list related to the condition of each driving element. If your list has unfavorable factors in one or more categories, conduct a mental list related to the condition of each driving element. Conduct a mental list related to the condition of each driving element. Conduct a mental list related to the condition driving element. If you list an unfavorable factors in one or more categories, your fuel economy will be more efficient. Conduct a mental list related to the condition of each driving element. If you list an unfavorable factors in one or more categories, your fuel economy will be more efficient. Drive will be predictable. Collision risk is at its lowest level. Crash probability. Conduct a mental list related to the condition of each driving element. If your list are in one or more categories, your fuel economy will be more efficient. Drive will be predictable. Levels. Crash probability is at an elevated crash probability. Drive will be predictable. Collision risk is at its lowest level. Crash probability is at an elevated level. Что тут выбрать, наверное? Сложный вопрос. Сложные вопросы, однако. Alcohol is metabolized by liver, kidneys, small intestine, bladder, liver, да? Liver, это что у нас? Сейчас посмотрим. Liver, bladder. Metabolized with интересно. Alcohol is metabolized by the liver. Liver. While driving, if you need to use your cell phone, pull over to use the phone. Using a hands-free cell phone will keep your mind on driving. It is risk-free to have the conversation in an ultra traffic environment. It is safe as long as you keep your eyes on the road. Using a hands-free phone will keep your mind on driving. While driving. Micro sleeps 4 to 5 seconds. during each mile you drive up to 200 events you need to interpret can occur. Yes, true. Ready to submit. Да ну нафиг, опять 70%, ё-моё. Hostile verbal expressions, оказывается. Negative thoughts can occur while driving, often surface in the form of hostile verbal expressions. Crash probability is at an elevated level. Блин. Прошел второй тест, не прошел. Is risk free to have the confirmation station of the role. It is risk free to have the control of all traffic environment. Ай, блин, да ну нафиг, ё-моё. Что такое, а? Капец, экзамен. Чё? 70% набираю, не больше. Что за фигня? Ну-ка давайте еще раз попробуем. Distractions that happen when you're driving are inevitable and impossible to control. Distractions that happen when you are driving are inevitable and impossible to control. Distractions – это то, что тебя отвлекает, которые случаются, когда вы водите. Distractions отвлекает то, что которое происходит, are inevitable and impossible to control. False. The effects of alcohol are unpredictable, not intensified by drugs. The effects of alcohol are unpredictable, always the same, not intensified by drugs, always the same. Depressants affect the central nervous system. Some people, when they are caught in a situation where they have no control, can become frustrated, which can lead to. Some people, when they're caught in a situation where they have no control, can become frustrated, which can lead to aggression. You can reduce your vehicle's blind spot by installing oblique, installing large side mirrors, installing flat mirrors, installing dynamic mirrors, installing large side mirrors. Inattention is generally caused by concentration. Inattention is generally caused by concentration on. Невнимательность прежде всего происходит из-за концентрации, из-за того, что нет концентрации на emotional issues, your driving skills. Inattention is generally caused by concentration on inattention on the car in front of you, on the destination, emotional issues. Emotional issues. Emotional issues. It is not safe to drive if you stay awake during the late your natural sleep time, the hours right after you eat a large meal, the hours right after you going to the gym. It is not safe to drive if you stay awake during your natural sleep time. Other drivers depend on you to be rational and predictable. Traveling faster than the speed limit increases both of the risk and the Traveling faster than the speed limit increases both the risk and the вариант. Этот variety. Нет, variety. Increase both the risk and the volume of a crash. А что такое severity? Суровость. Нет. Volume. Да. If you experience microsleep, drink some hot coffee, pull off the road and a safe place and nap. Do not worry, it will pass quickly. Speed up to get to your destination. Pull off the road at a safe place and nap. Yes. 90%! Набрал, наконец-то! Третий раз. Hey Galanjan, quick question. How would you rate your experience so far? Oh, thanks. Все, ништяк. Прошел тест, наконец. Капец. На третий раз пошел. Английский язык, потому что. Сейчас, короче, немножко перерыв замутим. Отдохнуть надо. Потом дальше надо будет продолжить. У нас очень много глав. Рахмет, что вы со мной. Ставьте колокольчики.